Salvete discipuli, this is help for your Latin studies in Henle First Year Latin, exercise 90. And in this exercise, we are translating an entire paragraph from Latin into English. I'll help you with the first sentence because it's quite long, and I think that should get you well on your way. The first sentence reads, Erat magna inopia frumenti in castris Romanis, quod Galli Romanis copiam frumenti non dederunt, et frumenta in Gallia non erant. That's a lot. So let's just take it one clause at a time. I'm going to read these words again and stop when I get to quod, because that is the word because. So that kind of will transition us to a different clause. We'll just start with erat magna inopia frumenti in castris Romanis. Okay, whenever a sentence begins with a being verb such as erat, we can translate it as there was, or if it was erant, there were, right? In this case, it's singular, so there was. There was what? There was great scarcity or want. And we see that this adjective agrees with the noun in gender, number, and case. They have the exact same ending, in fact. In this case, they do because they're both declined in the first declension. So they have that first declension nominative singular ending a. So there was great want. Frumenti comes from our vocabulary word that we just received, frumentum, frumenti. And see, there's that ending e, which is a genitive singular ending for grain, which means it's going to show possession of grain. So let's go back and see this. There was great want of grain, or great scarcity of grain. And then we have a preposition in. It's positional, so it's going to take the ablative, castris, in the camp. That is ending should be plural. It should also be ablative. We can double check. It is neuter. So we should look here, and certainly plural, ablative, neuter, is. And then we have this Romanis. In this case, Romanis is being used as an adjective to describe the camp. It is a Roman camp. And so we need to see that the endings agree in gender, number, and case. In this case, they are second declension, neuter, plural, ablative. So they're both going to be plural, ablative, neuter, is. So here we go. There was great scarcity of grain in the Roman camp. I'm going to write that part down. There was great scarcity of grain in the Roman camp because, there's quod, let's see why. Galli Romanis copiam frumenti non dederunt. Here's a verb. I want to stop there and see what I can do with this grouping of words. Galli Romanis copiam frumenti non dederunt. Well, I already know this is my verb. It means they gave. It's in the past tense. And then this adverb non negates it. They did not give. They did not give. Let's see who is they and what did they not give, right? So we have Galli. I think this is probably our nominative noun. It's from the vocabulary word for Gallus, Galli, which means the Gaul. It's talking about the person. And in this case, the ending, just like we see here, that ending E can be a nominative plural ending. So we could say because the Gauls did not give. What did they do? They did not give Romanis copiam frumenti. What is Romanis? Well, that could also be the noun for Romans, which comes from our vocabulary word Romanus, Romani. It's in the second declension. This would be the direct object if you're thinking about how we would do this in English. The Gauls did not give the Romans. Well, let's see if is shows up as a plural accusative ending, because if this is our direct object, that will work. So, masculine, plural accusative, no. I see os. Where do I see is? I see it as a dative, which would be translated to or for, or I see it as an ablative, which means it would have to be paired with a preposition. So let's see if it works as a dative noun. They did not give to the Romans. Oh, maybe this is an indirect object. Maybe this is in the dative case and it's saying to or for the Romans. Let's keep looking. What did they not give? They did not give copiam frumenti. Okay. Copiam is our word for, let me look back here, make sure that I get it right. It wasn't too long ago. Nope, those are adjectives. So I bumped my camera. Just want to double check. Sometimes I have to do this because, oh, look. Supply or abundance. Well, what, and this is a first declension noun, isn't it? I. So we want to see what noun case uses that am ending. I, oh, there's our accusative noun, and it's singular. Copiam, supply or abundance. Okay, they did not give, the Gauls did not give supply frumenti. Okay, frumentum, that was a new one, right? Frumenti. There's my genitive singular ending of a neuter noun. So supply of grain to the Romans, that works. So the Gauls did not give a supply of grain to the Romans. Okay, I think that works. All of those endings make that make sense. So because the Gauls did not give a supply of grain to the Romans. All right, let's go on. I stopped at this verb. Et means and frumenta in Gallia non erant. Okay, frumenta. It is the plural form of our new noun frumentum. And here it says in our vocabulary, frumentum frumenti, grain, or in the plural, crops. And when I look at neuter noun endings, which are the same here, o, a, orum is, a is. In this case, we've got a new clause, and so a is in the nominative case. It's another subject in the sentence. So we're talking about crops. And crops in Gallia. So here's an ablative case noun partnered with the preposition in. Gallia is the actual country. So Gala, Galli, Gala, Galli. It's a first declension noun when we're talking about the country of Gaul. So a would make it a singular ablative ending, and that would partner it with that preposition in. So, and crops in Gaul non erant. So we're going to say were not. I think that would make sense in English, right? And crops were not in Gaul. Woo, that's the first sentence. The subsequent sentences, I think, are all a bit shorter. And so I think this should get you well on your way to translating this paragraph from Latin into English. And I hope that this is helpful to you, and you have a great week.